And that was Mary J. Blige, Reminisce, with a perfect song. Colin Powell passed on yesterday. I was flying back from a gig. I got the news while I was getting off the plane, and I was immediately saddened. I didn't always agree with Colin Powell. Matter of fact, politically, I very rarely did. I thought that he used his reputation and gravitas to forward a war in Iraq that could have never happened without him, because no one in the world trusted Dick Cheney or George W. Bush, so they mortgaged the credentials of Colin Powell, which I think he later on came to admit and to understand. He took one for the team. He went in there and told a story that was based about a mushroom crowd, that was based on a lie. We started a war that was based on a lie, and it was probably the greatest foreign policy blunder in American history. But despite that, he was a decent human being. He served his country admirably. He stuck up for what he believed in. He had weight and pomp and circumstance. Contrast to we have gone from Colin Powell to Tim Scott, and what kind of different Republicans they are. Now, I don't agree with a lot of the things that he did, but I can say this: he served his country well. He said what he believed, even in the process of the foreign policy debacle. He made his wishes plain. He made his intellect plain. He said, look, if this happens, you break it, you fix it. Now, there's no coming back from that. He was a harbinger. He gave them a warning. He was a principled man. I think at one point, Colin Powell probably could have ran for president and won. He was that respected. That is why it's so disturbing to hear the ex-Reading crasher-in-chief, Donald Trump, basically lament how the media is giving him a love letter, how the media is giving him softballs. Well, first off, Colin Powell has run his race, and he is dead. He is gone. But he is also more than the last thing he did. He is more than a political blunder. He is more than the war in Iraq. He's so much more. He's a man who served his country capably and honorably. He's a man that served a multiple administration. He is the first black Secretary of State of the United States of America, and he was a beloved man. He was an honorable man. I think Donald Trump understands. He wondered out loud, would he get the same kind of send-off? No. Because I think that even Colin Powell's enemies or adversaries, and I don't think he had very many enemies, even his opponents, even the people who disagreed with him, respected him. Because he had respect. And that is something that the wedding crasher-in-chief desires and will never have. Colin Powell acted selflessly. He has acted selfishly. Colin Powell would never, even with a vanquished enemy, be so disrespectful. He would never say some of the things about some of the people who've gone on. He would never say what you said about John McCain. He would never be as petty and small as you. He's so much more than his last mistake. He was at a time when people were, I don't think we were as divided as we were then, but he had things that he did that I disagree with, but I never once questioned his integrity. I never once questioned his intellect. I never once questioned his love for his country. I've questioned those things about you every time you speak, because you are about you. I am very sad that Colin Powell passed on. I know that I'm very happy to see that people are having fond memories of him, stories of him, fond sayings of his. Will yours be the same? I doubt it. The last thing we remember about you is that you were trying to overthrow the government, that you based a lie that started damn near a civil war that continues to this day. So no, there are not going to be very many nice things said about you. But even one time, as the former president of the United States of America, it would be nice if you thought just about somebody other than yourself. Whether you liked him, disliked him, agreed with him, or disagreed with him, he was a respected, decent human being. And of course, people will always miss that in a world where it's so devoid of it right now. A man who made mistakes, who owned up to them, who admitted to them, who laments about them, wonders about them, is in anguish about them, versus a man who never made one. I am very, very sorry for Colin Powell's family. I'm very sorry for the loved one he leaves behind. I am glad that he served this country admirably, and I'm glad that he ran his race as best he could. And I'm glad he's being finally remembered. That's a little note from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.